Prager, and I work at the Macaulay Land Use Research Institute in Aberdeen. My talk was on collective efforts to manage cultural landscapes, and I was using some examples from Europe. The presentation tied in with my project, which is looking at the contribution of multi-stakeholder partnerships to sustainable landscape management. And I was focusing especially on the theories that I'm using in the project and some of the empirical outcomes. For a start, I was just trying to find out what kind of groups exist in the 4 countries and which groups would meet the criteria of having multiple stakeholders, being active on the ground, and sort of jointly working, cooperatively working towards outcomes that they identified, or outcomes that actually matched in with some plans that existed on local or regional level. And so I looked at the groups, identified their characteristics, so what kind of membership do they have, what size do they have, when were they founded, who gave the impetus to set up the groups. Also, did they employ staff or were they involved with volunteers? And basically, what were their objectives? What was the main area that they worked in? So the examples that I was using in the talk were groups that are made up of various stakeholders, so it could be farmers, conservationists, could be the local community representatives, or any other interests that are of relevance in the local context, so forestry, fishery, tourism, and groups that are made up of these interests and get together to jointly manage the landscape around them, and not just talking about it but also carrying out activities and measures on the ground. And the examples I used were from Germany, the Netherlands, Austria and the UK. And there was some interesting findings very early on in my project, because I realized that the group in Austria that I was going to investigate had ceased to exist in 2009, and so had the group, or the types of groups I was going to look at in Scotland, Farming and Wildlife Advisory Group. So that had to change a little bit what I was going to do in the project. Well, that's a bit early to say, having just started to look at them and getting a general overview, but I plan a survey to send out to the groups that are active in Germany and in the Netherlands, and ask them to specify what their contribution is. And talking about sustainable landscapes, it would include contributions on the social, economic and environmental dimension of landscape management.